You say you want to be recognized. You imagine being confident, expressive, fully yourself. But the moment attention shifts toward you, your body tightens, your voice changes, your thoughts blur, and suddenly disappearing feels safer than being noticed. Why does being seen feel dangerous?
It happens in small moments. Someone asks for your opinion in a group. You know the answer, but your heart starts beating faster. Your mind scans for mistakes before you even speak. Later, you replay the interaction. Did I sound stupid? Did I say too much? Why did I even talk? Or maybe it's the opposite. You stay quiet. You shrink. You become agreeable. You leave thinking, I should have said more. This pattern doesn't just affect conversations. It shapes your career choices, your relationships, even your online presence. You avoid posting, avoid asking, avoid standing out. Over time, you start identifying as private or low-key. But beneath that identity is something else, a subtle fear of exposure. In personality psychology, this often connects to high social evaluative sensitivity. Your nervous system is highly tuned to signals of judgment, not because you're weak, but because at some point being visible felt unsafe. Maybe you were criticized for speaking up. Maybe attention brought embarrassment. Maybe success created jealousy. Your brain learned a quiet rule. Visibility equals risk. And now, even neutral attention triggers defense. But why would the brain treat being seen like a threat?
You don't hate being seen. You hate being judged. You hate being misinterpreted. You hate the possibility of rejection. Your brain is not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to protect your social belonging. Humans evolved in tribes. Rejection once meant survival risk, so your nervous system prioritizes social safety over self-expression. If shrinking kept you safe in the past, your brain stored that strategy, and it repeats it. Not because it's correct, but because it worked. The problem is, what once protected you may now be limiting you, and your brain hasn't realized the environment changed.
Let's break it down simply. Your brain has a threat detection system. The amygdala scans for danger, usually physical danger, but also social danger. Research in social neuroscience shows that social rejection activates similar brain regions as physical pain. To your brain, exclusion is not abstract, it's visceral. Now add memory. The hippocampus stores past experiences. If being visible once led to embarrassment or criticism, those memories link visibility with threat. So here's the chain: attention, memory of past judgment, amygdala activation, anxiety response. Your body tightens. Your thoughts become cautious. It's fast, automatic, below conscious control. Think of it like a spotlight. To you, the spotlight feels blinding, but to your nervous system, it feels like standing in an open field with predators nearby. So what does your brain do? It makes you step back into the shadows. There's also something called the spotlight effect in cognitive psychology. You overestimate how much others notice you. Your brain exaggerates visibility, so small mistakes feel amplified. This creates a loop. You avoid visibility, you don't gather new safe experiences. The brain never updates its prediction, so the fear remains. But here's the question: if the brain learned this through experience, can new experiences reshape?
Not by forcing confidence, not by pretending you don't care, but by gently retraining prediction. Here are 4 psychologically grounded steps. What to do: choose low-stakes visibility moments. Speak once in a small meeting. Post something simple without overthinking. Why it works: exposure therapy reduces amygdala reactivity by pairing the feared stimulus with safety. The brain learns through repetition. Nothing catastrophic happened. Real-life example: instead of giving a big presentation, you share one idea in a team discussion. Your anxiety spikes, but no one attacks you. That mismatch updates the threat prediction. What to do: when you make a mistake, say, "That was a behavior, not my identity." Why it works: cognitive diffusion reduces over-identification with thoughts. The prefrontal cortex becomes more active, reducing emotional intensity. Your brain stops treating feedback as identity collapse. Real-life example: you stumble over words in conversation. Instead of thinking, "I'm awkward," you think, "That sentence was messy." Specific, not global. This reduces shame. What to do: before speaking, Slow your breathing. Longer exhales than inhales. Why it works. Slow exhalation activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It lowers physiological arousal. When the body calms, the brain interprets the situation as safer. Emotion follows physiology. Real-life example. Before answering a question in class, you inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. Your heart rate lowers slightly. You speak more steadily. What to do? Shift from "I'm being judged" to "I'm contributing." Why it works. Attention framed as evaluation activates threat networks. Attention framed as contribution activates goal-oriented circuits in the prefrontal cortex, meaning changes perception. Real-life example. Instead of thinking, "Everyone is watching me," you think, "I'm adding one idea." The spotlight becomes a tool, not a threat. Here's the mental model. Your brain is a prediction machine. It doesn't ask, "Is this objectively dangerous?" It asks, "What happened last time?" If visibility once led to pain, it predicts pain again, so it dims your light. But predictions can be updated. Every small act of safe visibility is like rewriting code. Not dramatically, quietly. You don't need to become loud or dominant or different. You only need to show your nervous system that being seen does not equal being harmed. And over time, the spotlight stops feeling like interrogation. It starts feeling like space. You don't hate being seen. You hate the risk of being hurt, and your brain has been trying to protect you from that risk. But protection is not the same as truth. The world you live in now is not the world where you first learned to hide. You are not that same version of you. Next time attention moves toward you, notice the instinct to shrink, not with judgment, with curiosity. Because maybe the part of you that wants to disappear is just an old survival strategy that hasn't realized you're safe enough now to be visible. Subscribe to my channel.